Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be reviewing I Heart Bloomberg by Melody Carlson, and it is the first book in the 86 Bloomberg Place series. I'm also not sure how much battery my camera has left, so hopefully I can get this all filmed before it goes dead. Overall, I did like this book. It's about 4 girls. Kendall, she has gotten a hold of her grandmother's house and decides to rent out 3 of the bedrooms to other girls so that she can get money from them for renting it instead of having to get a job. And Kendall is she's very full of herself and thinks she should get her way. She thinks she should get her way all the time, and is basically a brat, and she does a lot of really extreme things in here in order to get her way. But all the girls are kind of going through their own things. Kendall claims that her parents abandoned her, which isn't really true. It's basically an exaggeration. And I won't really say what's going on with Lonnie, although you kind of find it out fairly early on, I think. But she basically has a secret that she's come to the mainland from Hawaii to, but she doesn't want to tell anyone what happened in Hawaii, why she left med school, and things like that. Megan, I don't really know what to say about Megan other than she's a very diehard Christian, which, I mean, I'm Catholic and religious and everything, but Megan kind of, that's the only thing that I really, remember about her character is the fact that she's Christian and mentions God a lot. She was probably the least interesting of the characters to me because that was the only thing I really remember about her. Kendall annoyed me a lot, but she was still memorable, you know? And then Anna, she's kind of spoiled like Kendall, but not quite as extreme, and she's more likable. But it's just basically about them living in this house, and there have been several girls that have gone missing, and so they're all kind of more their parents than them are worried about that, because there have been 2 and then a 3rd girl goes missing in the book. I won't go into any more detail since it'll kind of be spoilerish if I say more. I did really like the book. I think the characters weren't my favorite. I liked Lonnie and Anna the most because they weren't so extreme. Kendall was very extremely unlikable, and that kind of got annoying. And Megan, like I said, is an extremely goody two-shoes. I don't think she did anything wrong in this entire book, which is kind of unrealistic. But, I mean, she was likable, but she wasn't a memorable character because she didn't really do anything other than what a good Christian person should do. And I'm not trying to bash the book because it has a lot of Christian stuff in it through Megan. She's the only one that's Christian, I think, or at least that mentions it at all. But it's just I don't really like the way it's done, because like I said, she mentions God a lot, which is okay, you know. I mean, I'm a really religious person, but she always trusts God. She never questions it. I don't, at least not that I remember, which isn't an entirely realistic thing. And she just never really does anything wrong, which isn't that good in a character. I don't think you need to have well-rounded characters, and no one is perfect all the time. Other than that, I did enjoy the story, and it's not this had the potential to be a lot more serious than it did, I think. I don't think this is very spoilerish, but early on you kind of find out Kendall is bulimic and kind of has an alcohol problem, but it's barely mentioned and it's not really dealt with, and that had the potential to be a pretty serious thing if it had been dealt with more. Even, this is going to be some spoilers, even when Kendall leaves to go to the hotel and basically tricks everyone into thinking she's missing, it still wasn't as serious as it could have been. It stayed pretty unserious, and that's partly because the whole time the reader knows that Kendall isn't really missing, even though the others think she might be. And I just feel like it was slightly unrealistic, that those things could have been a bigger deal than they were. Overall, I did like the story, and I will probably read the rest of the series if I ever get around to it, but they're not going to be like books that I immediately go out and have to buy the next one, because I don't really feel the need to know what happens to them that much based on the story. Overall, it's an okay book, not the best. I did enjoy it, and I enjoyed reading it, and I'm happy I read it, but it could have been better, and I'll probably read the rest of the series eventually, but not anytime soon.